Have you ever felt that spine-chilling sensation of being watched? That feeling that makes the hair on your arms stand up, even when you can't see anyone? Well, imagine that feeling every single day, right in your own home. This is a story of how my ex turned my dream home into a living nightmare, proving that the most terrifying monsters are the ones we used to love. When my partner and I finally moved into our first real home together, it felt like a dream come true. A quiet little street, a small garden. It was perfect. We even adopted a cat, Luna, to complete our happy little picture. But there was one problem. My ex lived in the house directly behind ours. His place was a mess, half renovated, with no fence separating our yards. Our gardens just blended together, creating an unsettling open space between our lives. At first, it was subtle. I'd catch him staring from his window while we were in the garden. He'd just stand there, motionless, for what felt like hours. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was a coincidence. But then he started getting bolder. He'd walk into our yard, just standing there, as if he was daring us to react. It was a silent, unnerving power play. I knew him. I knew what he was capable of. He was marking his territory, and he wanted us to know that this space, this life I was building, was still under his watch. The tension kept building. We'd be sitting outside at night, and I'd see his silhouette in a dark window, just a shape in the blackness, watching. The feeling of being constantly observed was suffocating. We started locking the doors earlier, drawing the curtains tighter, but you can't block out the feeling of someone's hatred focused right on you. My partner tried to be brave, suggesting we call the police. But what could we say? My ex is staring at us. It sounded pathetic, paranoid. He knew that. He was an expert at psychological warfare, a master of doing things that were just on the edge of legal, but utterly terrifying. Then things escalated. One night, we heard a soft tapping on our bedroom window. Tap, tap, tap. Tap it was, 2 a.m. We froze, hearts pounding. It, wash, im. We couldn't see him, but we knew. He was letting us know he could get that close whenever he wanted. We installed a security camera the next day, desperate for some kind of proof, some way to feel safe. For a week, nothing happened. We started to relax, thinking maybe he'd finally given up. But we were wrong. One morning, we checked the camera footage and found it was gone. The camera itself was torn down, and the SD card was missing. He hadn't just disabled it. He had taken the evidence. He was showing us that our attempts at security were a joke to him. The message was crystal clear. You are not safe, and no one can protect you from me. The final straw came a few nights later. We were watching the live feed from a new, better hidden camera, and there he was. A figure dressed in all black, his face covered, standing at the edge of our lawn. He just stood there, arms spread wide, head tilted back as if in triumph, staring directly at our bedroom window. He mouthed something, a silent threat that we couldn't hear but could feel in our bones. We called the police, frantic, but by the time they arrived, he was gone. They told us what we already knew. Staring isn't a crime. There was nothing they could do. He never broke in. He never laid a hand on us. He didn't have to. He had already invaded our lives in the most intimate way possible. He took our sanctuary and filled it with fear. He wanted us to know he was always there, a ghost from my past, haunting my present. We eventually had to sell the house, to run away from a home we loved because of the man who lived behind it. This story isn't about a haunted house. It's about a haunted life, and a reminder that sometimes the most disturbing horror doesn't come from a stranger, but from someone you once knew. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever experienced something like this, please know you're not alone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories about the darkness that can hide in plain sight. Stay safe out there.